Hi everyone, I'm Pablo Pereira and welcome to another edition of City Spotlight. Today we continue our business preview series here on Agora Road. We're in front of the Cheesecake Factory's corporate headquarters. Well, it's not only an office building, but in behind the building there is the actual baking facility where they make more than 25,000 cheesecakes every day right here in our city. Who would have thought our city's so sweet? Let's go in and check it out. All right, Max Byfuglin is the president of the Cheesecake Factory Bakery, and we are at their facility here in Calabasas. Thanks for joining us. First,
My pleasure.
Before we start out,
this is a portrait of our founders, our chairman's parents, Oscar and Evelyn Overton. And they founded the bakery in 1972 in North Hollywood, California.
Originally, though, you said they're not from North Hollywood.
They are originally from Detroit. And they decided to take this whole thing to California when their son, our chairman, David Overton, came to California to go to school.
So where did the idea for cheesecake come from?
Evelyn, this is a funny part. Evelyn found a recipe in the newspaper in Detroit. She worked it a little and tweaked it, but she started making the cakes for her son and daughter to take to bake sales at school. It became so popular, soon the faculty were buying them before they put them out to sell. So the father started selling them to chop houses in Detroit, and they built a little business in their basement. They converted a rec room over to like a home bakery there.
And how far back was that before the first restaurant actually opened?
The first restaurant opened in 1978 in Beverly Hills, so this would have been, I know that they started in Los Angeles in '72. I would guess that they were baking cake probably in the early '60s, perhaps even late '50s back in Detroit.
Let's walk downstairs. Tell me where we are right now, this facility here.
We are now, this is our corporate headquarters and bakery on the West Coast, and you are now in the bakery facility itself. These are all the bakery offices we just left. We're coming down into the reception area, which goes into the R&D development process, and then behind all of this is the actual manufacturing.
So there's a real development process in making cheesecake.
Absolutely.
It's not as easy as we think it is it?
Absolutely. We go through a whole bunch of exercises before a cheesecake becomes a cheesecake.
And here's kind of your wall of cheesecake.
These are a lot of the offerings that we now offer out. They're sold in various places from Super Target, wholesale clubs, Ralph's. Locally, we've been doing business with Ralph's for a long time. But these are all retail offerings that we make. We've got a very well-rounded R&D team in there, and they work very hard at locating ingredients from all over the planet.
So when did you decide to relocate here to Calabasas?
Well, actually, it's been sort of a growth thing. Right. The first bakery was North Hollywood, like I say, and then the second one was Woodland Hills. Just down the street, we were in a facility for about 10 years that was about 16,000 square feet, and this facility is about 60,000 square feet. Recently, in 2005, we opened a 100,000 square foot plant on the East Coast as well.
So this started out as an LA business, so to speak,
Absolutely.
Southern California, the founders from Detroit, but you've grown quite a bit. How big is the Cheesecake Factory now since when you first opened?
Oh goodness, it is huge compared to when we first opened. However, we all still feel like we're really a small company. It feels like a small company. Our folks have been with us a long time, a lot of tenure with our employees. So, but goodness, we have, I believe it's 155 restaurants, Cheesecake Factory. We have the 13 Grand Lux cafes, the new Rock Sugar concept in Century City. Definitely we're local, California homegrown. We're recognized as the top cheesecake manufacturer in the country.
And so why Calabasas? Why did you decide to open the first big plant here?
Well, that's an interesting question. The reason is David's parents, our founders, lived in Agora Hills. And when we were looking for sites, we were going to try and make it convenient for them. And so we found this location down the street. It was the first time we came here from Woodland Hills. And it was very convenient, and it just turned into something really great here. We had concerns about whether our employees could really get to Calabasas or what the resources were here, but it all worked beautifully. We're into the carpool thing, and everything has just been great here.
And Calabasas is a little bit different here doing business than the city of Los Angeles. To my understanding,
Yes.
There's real advantages to actually being located in this city rather than next door.
Absolutely. It's such a quality of life thing out here, you know, both in every way. We enjoy Calabasas, the area. A lot of us live here locally. And as I said, many of our employees have moved out here, actually.
So you make the cheesecakes here, right?
We do.
How many employees work here? How what are the hours of the plant and things like
Well,
that?
it varies with us depending on the season and what's going on, but typically we could be employing anywhere from, say, 500 to 700 people under this facility alone. And, we have our peak seasons. The holidays, they are big sales seasons for our products. As we open more restaurants, which we've done from the beginning, of course, the manufacturing really explodes when we do. So it's a constant growth thing going on within our company, both between the Cheesecake Factories, the Grand Lux, and the New Rock Sugar.
So, to my understanding, we're not allowed in the big room. It's kind of a top secret room, but you're going to take us where instead?
Well, I'm going to take you into the test kitchen, the R&D process where everything starts. And certainly, without cameras, I'd be happy to take you back there. I have to sign your life away, but I'll take you and show you all the secret stuff.
Is it really that much of a secret process, though, to make cheesecake?
Everybody has their different way of making cheesecake. There's water baths, there's not water baths, there's steam, there's dry, there's a million processes, and then the ingredients become very special for us, too, because this company was always built on quality. So you will never find anything but the finest ingredients used, and we try to keep that somewhat private, what we do use. For example, this cake here, this white raspberry truffle, that's been number 3 and 4 in all of our restaurants for over 20 years. We call it our Mustang as opposed to our Edsel. We source that raspberry from overseas. It's seedless, very expensive, probably more expensive than A1 sauce by the ounce. But it's those kind of things, I think, that make the difference, kind of keep it a cut above.
All right, so you're going to take us into the secret test kitchen.
Take you in to meet the chefs and do that whole thing.